Hello, everybody. It's Michael Fouché again, Goat Screw Incorporated. Starting to get back in motion here. For those that were familiar with Goat Screw before, we ended up taking a bit of a break. We had some issues, everything from family issues, medical issues. I lost my mother. Quite honestly, there were worse things than death. And as a only son, I feel like I accomplished my duty, my obligation to my mother. We were able to keep her warm, safe, and dry until the very end. Did not linger in the hospital. You know, there was very clear lines drawn over the last years about how she wanted to go out of this world. We protected those desires and were able to satisfy her needs. I do want to say, as a PSA, you need to have those conversations. If you're a care provider, if you are the child of elderly parents now, hell, if you're the younger adult for middle-aged parents now, you need to be having those conversations now. What are their limits? What will they tolerate as a lifestyle going forward? Don't get me wrong. I would be okay living paralyzed in a wheelchair. I'm not okay living on a machine. My daughter, my son, my wife know that. That's crystal clear. We've drawn that in stone. And we've taken the time and the energy it takes to put trust together, involving lawyers, so that you got documentation, so that when it happens, you don't have to try to dig that tunnel back to preserving the rights and the desires of that person you care for. I can assure you, the medical industry is very good about following pieces of paper. They're damn piss poor about following last wishes if it ain't on a piece of paper. So you need to take care of those things in advance. It's kind of like insurance. Doesn't do you a damn bit of good if you buy a $1 million policy the day after Bob died. You need to have these conversations in advance, and you need to put documentation in place in advance. The minute you walk into a hospital, the minute we walk into a facility, whether it be a retirement facility, a rehab facility, a step-down facility, whatever it is, you need to take the time to take care of that paperwork, make sure it's documented, make sure it is clear, legible, posted. It is in the book. It is, it transfers from nurse to nurse to nurse. If they transfer services, if they go from cardiac to gastrointestinal, whatever it is, or gastro to cardiac, whatever that change of status is, you need to make sure that those documents go with them and that those documents have been discussed by the care team. I will tell you, we were blessed with a fantastic care team. They did respect the wishes. They were involved. I had people ask me, are there standing orders? Is there a process that you want followed upon death? Things of that nature, which, trust me, 20 years ago that was almost unheard of. Today it was fantastic. Everything from early interest, early notification of hospice care and things of that nature. I live in a pretty metropolitan area. We're 20, 30 minutes out of D.C. So up here, hospice is very active. Not hard to reach out, not hard to make those connections. There's usually a coordinator in each medical facility. All of the all of the step-down facilities, all of the rehab facilities are definitely going to have the hospice coordinator's number on command. These are the kinds of things that you don't get a chance to do twice. It's either going to happen the way they wanted it to happen, or it's not, and you're just going to have to deal with the residuals. Like I said, I have a special needs son, and I was fortunate enough that he got to make a relationship with my mother, which, when he was growing up, we really didn't have that luxury. There were too many things going on, and quite honestly, we were too damn busy trying to keep him alive to worry about emotions and family feuds and things of that nature. Fortunately, we got to a point in his life where things leveled out. We got to a point in her life where she was in a different stage, I was in a different stage, and we were able to end that family union part of it there. We were able to walk out of there with all parties satisfied. I'm confident that my mother was comfortable. I'm confident that my son learned valuable lessons, and I know for a fact that my mother got to develop a relationship with him that she never had. Sorry about that. As a PSA, my purpose is to tell you, you need to take care of this stuff in advance. You need to reach out to a lawyer. I highly encourage you to focus on a lawyer that does estate needs, does family planning, things like that. I'm not telling you that, if you're in Timbuktu, Nebraska, that every lawyer can't write you a family trust. What I'm telling you is, again, here in the DC metro area, I was very glad that the lawyer that we dealt with, because I know some of the medical facilities that we deal with here because of my son's histories, wrote me bulletproof documents that could not be challenged, questioned, or undermined by the medical personnel or the facilities. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't run into that. Nobody tried to leverage me. Nobody tried to abuse my mother. Nobody tried to disabuse me of taking care of her the way she wanted to be taken care of. But what I'm telling you is I walked in with a sense of confidence and security that we were protected, and I could make sure that what she wanted was what she got. And like I said, at a certain level, there are things worse than death. Warm, safe, and dry is not a bad way to go, quietly, comfortably, surrounded by people you love. So just want to put that PSA out there. Thank you.